Third Phase of Moon. My name is Blake Cousins, and we're going over breaking news that just came into us 2 days ago. And we finally released it on YouTube just today, February 28th, the last of the month. I think this will go down as one of the best videos, if not, the best videos of 2014. Some of the photos that have been attached via email right here at the Cousins Brothers Third Phase Moon Studio in Hawaii were incredible videos and stills from a man named Ed. He says that he's been abducted and he could prove it. But what's more amazing is that he also says in the video you can see an alien. He says an alien gray walking within the ship itself. The ship is behind trees, and it seems quite large, and it rises. And as it's rising, we zoom in on the video, and you could see something that looks to be like a motion or a walking figure within the craft. What is it? Well, that's what we're here to find out, and we're hoping, Ed, you're invited on Third Phase Moon Radio right now, and we want you to get you on the show. We reached out to Ed with a reply email saying Friday's the show with the link and the number. And the number to call in, Ed, and anybody who wants to report a UFO sighting, 347-934-0378. We want to get down to this incredible video, this close encounter, unlike I've ever seen before, and it looks to me that there is a walking figure in here. And there's going to be callers calling in tonight that claim that they've been abducted, they have a UFO story. We're going to get to that right now, and we're looking for Ed to call in as well. So everybody stand by, hang on. Third Phase of Moon's going on right now. So and let's everybody be aware. Go to YouTube Third Phase of Moon right now and take a look at this breaking news video of an alien inside a flying saucer. We posted it right here at Third Phase of Moon just about an hour ago. But let's go to a caller. I think it's Cindy. An abductee has a story of an encounter. Welcome to Third Phase of Moon.
Hello, Blake. Actually, abductee, I'm not certain. In a dream, maybe.
Let's get to your opinion. Did you get to see this latest video we just posted on Third Phase of Moon, Cindy?
In reference to the senator's discussion with you guys?
Oh, absolutely. That was a couple days ago. We moved fast right here. We posted up, I think, 3 videos since. But if you're around, I'd sure like to get your opinion. It's called Breaking News UFO Sightings, Alien Gray in Huge Flying Saucer. It's incredible footage. I want you to take a look at it. If you're by your computer, Cindy, is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll check it out.
Okay, take a
right
look
now,
at that.
You want me to yeah, go ahead, Blake.
Yeah,
no,
we want you to
saying.
take a look at the video. It's only about a minute long, and we're waiting for a person, his name is Ed, who shot it, to actually come on the radio shows as well to explain his side of what was going down when he shot this. But you also said you have an experience, a UFO experience yourself, Cindy?
Yes, I've had 2 Robert Bingham techniques that I've used, 2 encounters, 2 contacts, I like to call it, and I witnessed the craft and the photography when I uploaded it to my laptop. And I think you confirmed that one of them was a Palladian royalty spacecraft. I don't know if you recall that. Yeah,
I absolutely do. There was a video, actually a photograph you sent me, and it was a purple colored craft. It was like glowing purple, and similar to this one, actually, this video that was just submitted a couple days ago. Cindy, I really want you to take a look at that. And everybody listening right now, go to YouTube and take a look at this. But speaking of this purple attribute, it's quite interesting that we have a friend that lives right here in the state of Hawaii, and his name is Reynolds Kamaka Vivioli, and he's a kahuna, and he also claims he could summon UFOs. And we had him do a special with us on the Weather Channel. And the episode's coming up very soon where he attempts to summon UFOs before the Cousins Brothers and the camera crew from the Weather Channel. We can't tell you what went down, but something did go down. But he mentioned that the color purple represents royalty, and the royalty of the aliens, maybe there's some kind of class. Go ahead.
I feel privileged and honored that I actually made contact with a royalty space alien race. So I'm still stoked, as you can tell. So when you confirmed it for me after you viewed my photograph, and I just sent it to you again in case you wanted to look at it again. I was very excited about it.
We'll share it on YouTube with your permission.
Absolutely. I couldn't find the original without the watermark, but if I find it, I'll send it as well. I sent it's a little thin watermark. You can still make out the picture perfectly. I did, however, get another visual using my camera phone, and I have that posted on my YouTube site as well. So
absolutely. If you could share the link, we'd love to take a look at that. And you're probably watching it right now on YouTube the YouTube channel when we post this in the next day. So, Cindy, I want to stand by. I want you to take a look at that video. We'll get back to you in just a bit, but the lines are filling up, and we only got a short amount of time. Maybe it'll go on for 40 minutes or so, but we want to get everybody in. Hey, get to that video, Cindy, and we'll talk to you in just a bit.
I got it. I'm watching it right now. Cool.
Great. We'll talk to you. Stand by. Area code 410. Welcome to Third Phase Moon. Tell us where you're calling from and what's your name.
Calling from Baltimore, Maryland. My call name is Cosmic Joe, and the video you just showed on YouTube is a crap that I experienced when I was 5 years old in 1968, 69. It was a mixing time experience. I was sent from my mother, right, to get my two sisters to get to eat dinner, and the crap was in this area, and the shed touched down up in the field, right, and it was mirrored kind of metal, not purple like the one I've seen on this video, and my two sisters were frozen in place. And when I look at this crab, all of a sudden, it was later on in the nighttime, and I was coming towards my house. It was a missing time experience I had. And I was only 5 years old. And my sisters were already at my house, and dinner had passed, and it was like a couple hours later. So this crab had minnows exactly like the video I've seen on their site.
Wow. Let me ask you. So you're 5 years old when this happened, and you're saying that you had some missing time, and the video that we're looking at right now, everybody's watching it on YouTube. Do you think it was the same craft? Was it similar in the way it looked and the color?
Exactly, but not the color. It was a mirrored kind of silver metal, not purple. But it's the same craft, exactly. With the windows and all.
Some people will that these videos and these pictures right now are blurry and the camera is shaky and, it could be a possible hoax. But what we're looking at the video, do you see the same thing that I'm seeing, that it looks like there's something walking within the craft itself?
Sure, the grays, yeah. But I don't remember really what happened. And I'm a stroke victim, right? And after my stroke, I remember partially what happened,
Excuse me, I missed you. You were a victim of what?
Stroke.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's quite amazing. We're go ahead.
My sister experienced the same thing. And my older sister would not talk about it. She's a Mormon member. So she would not talk about it, but my older sister will talk about it, and she experienced the same thing. And it was right in my neighborhood in Lansdowne area in Maryland. in 1968, 69. So that is the same crap, exactly. The same one.
Wow, it's incredible. The videos that continuously come into Third Phase Moon, they have the same characteristics, and they're captured all around the world. And this is proven fact. People call in, share their stories right here at Third Phase Moon. I'm sharing photos right now when you're watching this on YouTube that I haven't shared via the same capture, the same night Ed captured this. More photos, incredible. We're looking at them. And I wish I could share it to you live on radio, but let me tell you, if you're watching it on Third Phase of Moon, YouTube radio, you're going to see exclusive. Go ahead.
Check out their videos,
Yeah, we're trying to, hopefully Ed calls in on the show tonight, and if anybody wants to report their sighting, the number is 347-934-0378. I want you to stand by area code 410 because we want to get to the lines, but I really appreciate your coming out and telling us about this experience you had, an encounter, basically of the same kind that you're watching. How many years later is this? Because it's now, you were 5 years old. How many years have you has it been since you've seen a craft like tonight when you're watching it on Third Phase? Go ahead, 410.
It's been a while since I've seen any type of craft like this. I did see one in October of 2010 go into a cloud and disappear. That was similar to this, but I could not make it out like it can on their newest video.
All right, 410, stand by. Thank you for joining us right here at Third Phase Moon. We'll get back to you. We want to get more opinions on what people think of what their opinions are of this video that just came in to Third Phase. Area code 915. Welcome to Third Phase Moon. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, I'm Joseph Charles Wendell, and I'm from El Paso, Texas, and nice to meet you, man.
Hey, welcome to the show, man. Have you got to see this video that we just posted?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude, because I never, like, some footage like that can get, like, taken off, because that's what a lot of UFO videos, they get taken off like that, and I'm surprised that you have it on your channel. Like, it's really interesting how the lighting of the ship is and how you can see, it looks like there's something on the ground, like, it looks like boxes or something like that. That's what I see in the video. When you see the alien walking by, it's kind of crazy if you think about it.
Well, it is. It's interesting that you say getting shut down. These kind of videos that could be the smoking gun. We at Third Phase Moon have techniques where we kind of filter it out before we show it to the public, just to know that we're not, going to get it shut down. We want to put it in kind of these places that it would be pretty much impossible to do so. So I think Third Phase Moon has the techniques to get this stuff out. People are watching. It's hard to cover up when you have 90-plus million views and then over 160,000 subscribers. Happen if it got shut down. There would be an uproar and a lot of complaining going on, I'm assuring you.
Yeah.
Hey, calling from El Paso, Texas, have you had an encounter yourself? And go ahead.
Well, we not really as much, but I think when we were in Roswell, it was kind of far away from the little town. We did have some sightings, but I think that was from it was like over some mountains and stuff. That's all I've seen. Nothing special, but it was kind of weird. But that's all I have. But I do believe in extraterrestrials because, of course, we have many planets and stars and stuff like that. I do believe that we have that kind of stuff. It's just crazy how this footage is just amazing. Like I never seen that kind of footage before. Like mostly there's those footages that are just hoaxes and stuff like that. But this one is kind of pretty legit, because there's a few pictures of it taking off and stuff like that, and that's really surprising.
So we're analyzing the video, and we're going to continuously do more updates on the footage that we have, and there's new photos that we're sharing right now. We're not seeing it on the radio, but you will see it when we post this on YouTube. And it's you see that the ship is behind the trees as well as it taking off. It's like it's right overhead, and then they're in a succession of photos. We do these photos pop, 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 back to back. So he took these photos so you see the kind of the motion of the way it was, and it seems quite large. It's like almost. It looks really large, like true, like a close encounter movie. But this is it doesn't make sense because when we're zooming in on it, it's just there's no CGI going on that you can see in aliens. You can see the movements. I know, and this video is going viral as we speak right now because. What do you think of what's propelling it? It opens the mind of, is this military or is this extraterrestrial? What do you think?
I think it's because it looks like, this is what I think, because you know how the ship looks like it's landed when the guy's behind the tree, right? He looked all nervous when he was videotaping this, because I would be nervous if I saw this kind of stuff, but it looked like they were stationed there or something, because the one that was walking by looked like it was wearing like a little, like an orange, like spacesuit or something like that, and it didn't even look like a human at all. It looked like they were just stationed there for some reason, I think it possibly might be something with the government, but it's unexplainable. They might come from some, these things, in my opinion, might come from another planet stationed on this, planet, whatever they're doing, if they're wanting to, look over this planet and stuff like that. That's what I think.
It doesn't seem like they were out to hurt anybody. It was just basically cruising along behind the trees, checking out, doing whatever they do. But I'm sure that people have the right mind to pull their video cameras out and, share it. We're trying to get Ed on. And like I said, I talked to Ed a couple days ago. I sent him the email and, the response to words to call in on the radio show. And we're hoping he could call in, that's for sure, so we could, ask him what he was thinking when he shot this, because that's the most important. We love it when it gets to speak to eyewitnesses. Hey, let's get back to Cindy. She's seen the video now, and I want to get her opinion of it. This light, this purple light, this reference of maybe a royalty ship. What do you think now that you've seen the video, Cindy?
Blake, I just watched it like 4 times, and I have to say this alien gray, he moves a lot like a human, and it looks like he's wearing clothes, like the bottom half of his body. It looks like he's wearing some type of leggings or pants, suit, whatever. And his movements are very similar to a man's, and it looks like he's working on controls on the ship. I mean, this is phenomenal. I can't believe it. It's incredible, the resemblance to the picture I took. That's what I think.
Wow. Do you think, my brother just mentioned, do you think it's a possible, maybe a human abductee aboard an alien spacecraft, and we're not looking at a gray at all, but maybe, a human abductee on there participating with the aliens? Who knows?
I would think a human abductee would be terrified and would be probably passed out on the ground. This person looks like he's very comfortable, like he knows where the controls are and he knows what he's doing. He looks like, he appears to know what he's doing. So I don't think it's an abductee at all. That's my opinion.
There are people's opinions, too, that there are a lot of aliens that are in the shape and form of the human being as well. And
like the Palladians, correct? They look like us.
The Palladians?
Kind of? Yeah.
Could this be a Palladian craft? Could it be a Palladian controlling it?
Absolutely. Looks like the picture I took, so I would give it a definite yes. I think so.
We're coast to coast. We're here in Hawaii. You're all the way in Florida. We're covering pretty much half the globe right now live on Third Phase of Moon Radio. And if you want to report your UFO sighting, Ed, if you're out there, we want to talk to you about your incredible capture that you're sharing with us right here at Third Phase of Moon. The number is 347-934-0378. I want to go to another caller that just, joined us. Area code 435. Welcome to Third Phase Moon. Where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Well, hi, Blake. My name is Mike. I'm from Duchesne, Utah, and I was abducted when I was 21 down in Phoenix, Arizona. And my question for Ed would be, what happened before the event? Would it be similar to what happened to me? I was in the backyard of a friend's house, and I had a loud ringing in my ears, and it woke me up, and I seen the stars beginning to spin like a hurricane, and within an instant, I was lifted off the ground. The ship did not land. It lifted me off the ground and took me on board. I'm just really curious to talk to Ed to see if there was any kind of an event before he was taking those pictures, because it's really awesome that he was able to do that.
Mr. Hanna, what are your, is there any similarities between your experience and this video that we're watching right now?
Yes. I wanted to also mention that I wasn't all the way under the mental block that they seem to put on a lot of people. I was left conscious and showed a lot of things, and they didn't try to hide their image. They showed their original selves to me. I mean, the little gray that was my escort, the constant reassuring that everything would be okay, but no one tried to hide their appearance. And I was wondering if Ed had the same type of an experience.
Oh, the only communication I have with Ed is a real short email. He says that he had this experience, he's been abducted, and he has the videos and the photos to prove it. Get back to me. And then there was
awesome?
And this is what we get this kind of stuff all the time, and we're going through this. We download videos from around the world. People show us and share us our photos, and sometimes we have no idea what's going to be when we download these videos. What's the quality going to be? So when we saw this, we were just basically me and my brother were blown away. And then when we zoomed in, we didn't see the alien figure in the beginning. But then when we did zoom in on it, then you obviously see some movement of what even Cindy was saying, maybe a human with clothing. I'm thinking it's a gray, but it does seem a little taller than a gray. But it's and a little bit more lanky. So, were these alien grays? Do they come in lanky figures?
The escort that I had was about 3.5 feet tall, and he held onto my hand the whole time, and it was all mental telepathy. But he introduced me to the doctor, who was taller than me by a foot, and I'm 6 foot tall, and he was spindly. Long, spindly. His arms is what caught my attention, hanging down past his knees. Very kind. They were deeply concerned that they were doing what they were doing, and they didn't want to cause us any shock and awe or anything like that. But they showed me a whole lot of things, and I'm really interested in why they did that. And to this very day, I still have contact in orb form, which comes out as a holographic image. Now, what's showing themselves to me is reptilian, and they seem to be frightened of us because they pop right out as soon as you see them. And you can see them setting in their viewing equipment, and it's just so awesome. I'm just so overwhelmed by the experience that they would want to talk to me, to be a part of my life for so long. I'm 59 years old, and I was 21 when this first happened to me. And I've talked to my other family members, and they're revealing the fact of being taken as a family. And so I'm really, really proud of you guys for coming online and being honest and open with what you're doing, because we who've been abducted have no place else to go and to relate these stories.
Oh, appreciate it, Mr. Hanna. The Third Phase of Moon viewers appreciate you coming out and sharing your story to the world. And, we're just kind of the middlemen. We receive the messengers. We receive the information, and we want to put it out. And that's our goal. And I think we're going to, one of these days, possibly change the world. We're getting callers constantly calling in, and I want to get to everybody. Let's go to area code 818. Welcome to Third Phase.
The people of this generation, the younger generation, have such an open mind that truly the numbers of them are exceeding the numbers of the senior citizens who are trying to suppress this. So I think through the methods of Third Phase of Moon, via YouTube and other mediums, we are truly making an impact. And one day when disclosure happens, this will be one of the credits that will be given.
Dr. J, what do you think? I just shared the video public on Third Phase. You've watched it. What are we looking at here?
I got to tell you something amazing. Well, our good friend Dr. Roger Lear, if anybody out there is a big UFO enthusiast might know this, one of the most famous footage came from Turkey, where he was on, I don't know if it was a boat or on shore, and they had a super high powered lens, and they were filming a UFO. In the UFO, you could see windows with two alien gray heads moving and then a third one in the back. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because when this video just came forward, the craft looks identical to what Dr. Lear filmed. Now, Dr. Lear's footage is one of the most acclaimed because it's not photoshopped. There's so many reasons that it's proven, and not to mention, I stand by the man. So what he filmed genuinely existed, whether it's ETs, extra-dimensional, or even CIA with genetically modified monkeys. I don't know that. But what I know is there was a UFO with three alien gray-looking beings in that video. What was posted on Third Phase of the Moon today is identical in shape, and I urge everybody out there looking or skeptical about this new video to take a second look, because really, when you see two things that look similar but yet have enough differences where you say, well, this is clearly not just cut and paste from one to the other, there's, veracity there, and that's what gives it credibility. That's what I got to say about that.
Well, it's interesting because you're exactly right. People are saying from years, decades ago, right here on the show tonight, that they've witnessed the exact same thing or very similar. They've had the same encounter. Could it be the exact same spacecraft? I bet you, if you could imagine these interstellar traveling machines that these aliens are building, they're not going to be breaking down like within a decade or 2 decades like every other car manufacturer wants them to start to break down. They've built these things to last, right? What do you think, John?
Absolutely, and I have two big things to say to that. First, I never really initially believed time travel. I just think, how could you get away with the grandfather paradox? But when Bob Lazar, who I truly believe is a real whistleblower, and his claims have been substantiated and he will be vindicated soon enough, even further than he has been. He said when you can alter gravity, you can alter time. Now think about it. If a craft is at a certain location and they want to, they're in Dr. Burrish talks about the doctrine of convergent timelines where there's different probabilities of futures and ETs coming from them. If you were a craft and you wanted to monitor a certain area, so you see a crop circle that one of your, say, teammates on another craft put, and you're going to say, I'm going there, I'm going to monitor what's happening there. What do you do if you have a time machine? Are you going to literally go day by day? No. It's almost as if you're going to turn a knob, or if you're telepathic to connect to the machine, you're going to skip years or decades. It's very possible to see that same thing on Earth, around, all over, throughout the decades, if not centuries, the very same craft, sometimes in the very same spot. That's one thing. The other thing I have to say, some people, especially skeptics, say, well, why are some UFOs flying saucers? Aren't they all flying saucers and others are triangles? Well, yeah, if you only believe that one species is coming here, and if that one species uses only one craft. We have one species, but do we use one craft? No. We have Ford motors. We have Honda motors. What's to say that these visiting ETs don't have multiple craft in their own species? Double that with extra species. Carrie Cassidy, when we spoke to her a few weeks ago, she said up to 240 species are visiting. Now, think about how many different kinds of craft. So, yes, when people are seeing things consistently and they're describing very, very similar things, and when videos such as the one that came today can be compared side to side with what was caught, 2007, I believe, really people need to take notice and say, wow, this is truly a phenomenon, and the skeptic's argument fails, through that.
Well, this video is shocking and incredible, and, we're looking at this 2 days ago before we put it out, and Brandon and I were just standing by, and we're like, oh, my God, this is something unlike most videos we receive. I think it could be one of the best. And when you see inside a spaceship and see moving figure in there, it just doesn't really get better than that. I want to get everybody back online right here, and just if anybody has any more comments of what they think this is that we're looking at this video, the lines are open. First one up, go ahead.
Hello?
You're on, yes.
I have a lot more comments about of it, because I kept watching it and watching other videos, and yeah, I think you are right about certain if certain species of aliens were driving craft, they would just drive one, because that's what they just drive around the universe and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just don't think it looks like a man, to be honest. And then I know it's her opinion, but I know if she said an abductee was walking to the ship, if I was an abductee and I saw this, I would just run for my life. I would be kind of scared. I wouldn't just walk towards it. If the guy was just standing, outside of it, I wouldn't go in, because you never seen stuff like that in your entire life, and you'd be frightened to death. I would be frightened to death.
I do gotta say one thing with regards to that, and I 100% agree. If I saw that, I would turn and run. But let me tell you, because of third phase of moons, all the contacts, especially with the abduction specialists and researchers who have literally regressed thousands, and I mean thousands, of genuine abductees, many of them say that when they are taken, they have no control of their body. At the most, sometimes they can see their eye, and they can't even turn their eyeballs. So it's not that they're probably walking towards the craft on purpose, as if maybe there's bodies forcing them, or, as every abductee states, they start with fear. And years later, they realize, okay, they're not harming me, they're letting me go, I'm okay, I actually am a better person, and then they embrace it, and then they actively go with it. So I see your argument, because I would do the exact same thing. Let me say this, though, too, John, is like, we've had some incredible experiences ourselves. 12, December 30th? Absolutely one of the biggest incredible UFO experiences of my life. And we're around people at that same time, and they were shocked, they were scared, they changed their lives. Brandon and I, we're just loving life. So let me tell you, let me ask the question from, I think, El Paso. Yeah. Here it is. If you're saying you would be scared if you're an abductee aboard a craft or filming it, one or the other, but let's ask this question. If you're there aboard the craft or you're filming it, then you've answered the biggest question that we all want to know, and you know it for yourself. Are we alone in the universe? And at that moment in time, you know the answer, and you don't have to prove it to anybody.
No, we are not alone.
But let me just tell you, you would know for sure yourself, 100%, besides space, besides anything beyond that. Oh, think you want that opportunity? As long as it's not, they're not doing medical procedures on you, and they abduct you and bring you aboard the craft.
I don't know if it really. I don't know if it tortured him. He had different stories. It's kind of different, but I would be scared if they did that to me. I would be frightened for my life, because what if they they just kill me or something, or they just whatever. Because I've heard stories that, like, have you heard of the stories about all these brothers that were abducted, and they had these horrible like experiment, like they had like a needle put, I think, through somewhere in the I couldn't. I would shake and I would be frightened in my life. If it was not like that, I would be okay, but I would still be a little bit nervous because, you know, they're not doing anything, you know, to force me into something, you know. But yeah, I guess that's the answer I can put it. You know,
anybody have any other opinions on the show tonight of whether they would take the chance to be abducted by aliens and know for yourself 100% beyond faith that we're not alone in the universe? Anybody want to chime in on that?
Mike from Duchesne will. I'm absolutely looking forward to the next time I go aboard. My experience was so profound, but I think the people that are afraid are right, because there's a level of fear that none of us know until that happens. And I've never been so frightened in my whole life. Between the ground and that ship was like unbelievably afraid. But once I was on board, all of that was different. It calmed right down. And so now I'm ready again. I'm sensitized. I'm ready. And I feel like they're not going to do us harm if we'll be brave and we'll stand up and we'll be the brothers that we need to be in this galactic community. And you asked me a question once, where did I go? It's not where I went, it's when I went. They let me look out the portals, and there was just an unbelievable rainbow of electricity. And I absolutely believe they took me into their future. I went into the future with them.
Wow, you know, we're running out of time here on Third Phase of the Moon, but it's been an incredible show, incredible videos, photos. Possibly it's a life changer for the world. People will wake up. Things are changing with new videos coming out every day. People are going to be understanding. I'm sure we're not alone in the universe, but people need to wake up. We want to thank everybody that shares their videos right here at Third Phase of the Moon, and people who listen on air right now to Third Phase of the Moon Radio. We want to thank everybody on Flash Chat for joining us, Bradford Blair and all the guests, and, you know, the number one Third Phase of the Moon fan. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the support from all the subscribers on Third Phase of the Moon YouTube channel. You keep subscribing, you're going to find out the information, and it's going to keep getting bigger and better. My name's Blake Cousins. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody, and we'll see you guys again next time.